Hello, 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 everybody. How's everyone doing? We are live, of course, and just seeing how everyone's day is going. It's Monday, the 19th, and things are moving along. Let's see. Sorry if I'm getting on so late. I went to the gym with a buddy of mine this morning, and so I'm just trying to catch up on things right now. If you guys are curious about Diddy Case, I mean, the main thing I guess that we happened today, what are we on now? Day 6 is Don Richard. It depends on how you want to say it, okay? Don Richard or Don Richard. I don't know. Depends how fancy you want to get today, I guess. But Richard, I believe. She was on Diddy Kane, I believe. Diddy's pet project that he had a while back. She started on Friday, and I believe they ended it today. Nothing much about her testimony. I feel like what stood out to me in particular, but I think it was kind of hard because I think the main argument is if she saw all these things that supposedly Diddy did. Oh, that's a fun sentence. Diddy did do it in the future. He's gonna be the new tongue twister. Did he do it down? Did he did that do did he? Something someone work on that. Yeah, so I think the main thing everyone's saying is if she saw all these things and witnessed all these horrific things, why did she continue to work with Diddy for so many years? Huh, let me see. How long was Dandy Kane together? Oh no, I don't even know how. I don't even know the name of the band. Oh, Danity Kane. That's how I, do they have any good songs? I'm trying to remember what song did they. I remember they had one good song. Okay, they were a thing. Oh, I guess they got in back and together like a few times. Let's see. 2005 to the 2009, and then I guess they broke up and they came back together 2013 to 2014, and then they're like, "No, we're not going to do this." And then they broke up and they got back together 2018 to 2020. But I think they're dunzos in 2020. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think the main thing that stuck out to me is from her testimony is that when she said, "I'm just trying to remember things to the best of my recollection." Oh, and if you guys don't know, earlier on when she was testifying, they were saying that the defense was like, "Hey, you can't. What does she have to do with anything?" Which is kind of fun. I don't know. I think that was kind of funny, and the judge was got all mad at the defense because they were saying that you've known about her testimony for weeks, months, whatever, and you guys didn't say anything before. But now that she's up here, you guys are saying that she doesn't have anything to do with this case. Um, but I guess on the prosecutor government side, they're saying that she is advancing some of the points. But yeah, they're like the defense is. I guess they bring up a good point. They're like, if you're gonna let her talk, you can let anybody talk. That's what they do. That's what they do. Okay, what else is going on? You know what I saw today or last night that I thought was very interesting, and it got me thinking about men and women and how they differ on certain things. Growing up, I know absolutely nothing about astrology, zodiacs. I just knew that what my sign was and whatnot. And that's it. But like, there's people that are like I don't know, they're like following the stars and whatnot, and they know and they know everything about everything. Like, oh, Cancer and Leos can't be together, or else they're gonna end up murdering each other. Whatever the cross lines are. I'm pretty sure someone has a big chart somewhere, and I find it very interesting that if you guys remember the game by Les, I don't remember the guy's name. Les, whatever the when everyone he got into the pickup game, and I remember there was a chapter at some point in there. He was talking about astrology and how like a lot of girls and women are into astrology and zodiacs and stuff. So he was like saying you need to learn that so you can use that and carry a conversation in astrology, right? Or whatever it's called. And so I guess like people start getting into it, and I was thinking to myself like I don't know anything about this, but all of a sudden everyone knows all these kind of things about this, and then it got me thinking about guys and how, and for some reason like every single girl I meet somehow knows something about astrology and all that stuff and zodiacs. And I was trying to think what is the guy's equivalent to that, and then I came across this video yesterday. Let me see if I can play it. And it got me thinking about what are guys into? And oh my god, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. It's like I was thinking like guys are more into like these random psychological physical trait things. Let me see if I can play this video. And I just thought this was very funny because I feel like this is the guys, the men's equivalent to this social, like the astrology science and whatnot. Let me change this out. All right, let me see if I can share my screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. All right, share entire screen, share. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. As I was saying, I'm waiting for the video to load up. Is that guys don't care about astrology and zodiacs and whatnot. Like, and I'm, I don't know, for some reason all the females learn. I don't know where they learned this stuff from. I guess when I was a kid, I remember they used to have like weekly in the grocery store. They used to have like these little scrolls, and then it said like if you're a Pisces or an Aquarius or whatever, this is going to be your fortunes for the week or something. It was like 50 cents, and I remember like we would go to the grocery store and I would just read it and never buy it. But anyways, I saw this video last night and I was thinking, it got me thinking like this is the guy's version of that kind of stuff. Oh, you know what? This is not the right video. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. But still very interesting. I mean, I guess I could bring up a different topic. That's not the right one. I guess it's very true about that, where the people that are pretending to be perfect all the time, it's a chore. They're trying to hide something. um, I, it's very true. I mean, we had a birthday party this weekend, and I met some very interesting people, and it got me thinking because there's this one person I met where he has like a very, very, I just want to say a job that has a lot of authority, and his kid is complete crap. And this person's job is basically to I'm trying not to get into too many details because I don't want to get in trouble, but I'll just say that this person's job is like someone that oversees troubled children, and this person has a kid, and I was thinking like this person's kid is crazy. Hold on, don't tell me what's like crazy. It's just a little wild, okay. And then later, my wife told me like, "Oh, hey, do you know what that guy does?" I was like, "Oh no, I have no idea." And then she said that he oversees uh, kids with trouble and stuff, and has like can basically make decisions on where their life goes. If you guys can figure out what he does from those vague comments, let me know. But because I'm, not trying to get him in trouble or anything. But yeah, I just think like, and he comes off as a very nice guy. But just seeing how his kid is, they say that your children is a reflection of you. There's something in there, something inside that I don't know. And to the other point, someone that's a little rough around the edges, uh, I would have to say they are rough, and it's a defense thing. But once you get through that and you befriend this person, they really appreciate your friendship a lot, a lot, a lot. Um, it's usually because someone's hurt them before and they had their guard up, and if you can get through that and you're in the inside now, of their trust zone, they are the most loyal friend, and everyone needs one or two of those. And especially, they can they're a little rough. They're willing to bend the law a little bit to help you. I don't know. I guess that's the other thing we could talk about. I don't know if you guys seen. It's blown up. The 8 inmates that have escaped from New Orleans. That's a fascinating story because I'm really into heists. I love heist stuff, and just that's gonna be a movie later. That could be the modern day Shawshank Redemption or Prison Break. I mean, it's got all the elements of Prison Break in there. You just could just tell. If you guys saw, there's a part, right? Um, if you guys have a chance, look, try to find the newscast video. But there's a part in the video where the newscasters like talking about it, the prison break in New Orleans, where 8 guys basically escaped. There's a part where they write on the wall, and it says like, I know there's one part that says "too easy," but let me try to find it. There's a part where it says like, I'm free," or we. Yeah, let me try to find it. Let me find it. Let me find the second ship. Okay, there's this part. I know it says here "too easy," but there's another part. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can share this image with you guys, so you can see what I'm talking about. It says "I'm innocent," right, and then it's crossed out, and then it says "we innocent." um, and then below that it says "too easy," lol. All right, sorry, let me grab it. Let me grab it before you guys get all crazy. Where is it? No, I found the picture. I just gotta grab it, and so I can share it with you guys. Here we go. Let me screen grab this bad boy. Okay. Pull it up. Pull it up so you guys have some context on what we're talking about here. Okay. Gotta have some context. Without context, nobody knows what's going on. Okay, you see that? On the side, it says, "I'm innocent," and then it's crossed out and it says "we innocent," okay? um, what I find funny about that is that if this is written by the same people, I have the feeling that this job was started off by one person, and like Prison Break, where if you guys watch Prison Break, he was by himself, and then he had to slowly recruit people as he needed them. That's where I'm feeling where this went, where it's like I'm innocent, and then he needed more help and whatnot, and then he needed to get more people, and then he's like, oh, this is not gonna make any sense. So he crosses it out and says, we innocent, and then law too easy. That's funny. But and I also love how the two is spelled wrong. Just pointing that out there. That's the wrong two, guys. You got to use two O's. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, but that's basically all that I was thinking about. That's very interesting today. And they caught like three of them already. And if you guys don't know more about the story, the escape happened at like 1 a.m. In between their head counts, and I guess the next head count wasn't into the morning, and so they basically had like a 8 or 7 hour head start, and one guy was caught almost right away. Think about it. You had 7 hours. 7 hours is a long time. Now, okay, I guess they're on foot for a big chunk of that, but 7 hours? How far can you go in 7 hours on foot? Let's try to guess. How far can you travel on foot in 7 hours? All right. Let's see. What does AI say? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. AI says that in 7 hours, a person can walk between 20 to 28 miles, depending on fitness level and terrain. Woo! 20 miles. Let's just go on the low end. 20 miles. 20 miles? That's far. Now, I guess it would be best if they like split up, you know? Like you go that way, you go that way, you go that way, and they all go. So then you just like quadruple the search radius. That's pretty crazy. What else is going on in the world? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see some good news. Last time we looked at good news, we found out about the okra thing, and I gotta show you my backyard. I'm growing some okra. If you don't know, you got what I'm talking about. The scientists found out that you can use the okra gel on the outside, and it sucks up plastic in the water. 90% effective, it says. Ooh, what is this? What is this? Interesting. Let's look into this. Let me screen grab this so you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, let me screen grab this. Boop, 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 boop. So you can see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this bad boy right here. This is pretty interesting to me. I don't know. First thing that popped up, but Ethiopians brew success as coffee and cash pile up thanks to transformational, sustainable forestry program. Very interesting. Let's look into this. The only reason I'm very interested in this is because I'm in California, and I really want to grow coffee. Started like a little small coffee growing operation here, and I know it's possible because I've seen it. There's people that have been doing it. It's just that I can never get my coffee plants to get to the big enough. But let's see. And if you're in America right now, I'm telling you, you need to look into how to grow coffee in America, because that's one of those things that we just don't do here. We don't do it. We don't do it here. So I don't get why this is a big news or not, because I thought they already grew coffee over there. What's so special about this story? Okay, so I guess they're just trying to make it more sustainable. I guess they've been like just recklessly growing coffee over there. I'm trying to see. No, I'm reading. I'm like trying to skim through. I wish there was just summarizes. You know what? That's what I need. Let me just copy this whole story, move it into AI, and have AI tell me what is this all about. Okay? Can you recap? Can you summarize this story for me? So I'm saying you gotta use AI to your advantage, guys. All right, all right. Summarize this story in one sentence. Boop. Okay, so basically they are, yeah, I mean, close to what I said. They're basically having a more sustainable forestry program to get better coffee yields and preserving biodiversity, increasing farmer income. So, see, AI at its best, guys. Really? This is the best news that we have? That just seems like common sense. What else? Ooh, this is interesting. Entrepreneur transform olive waste into eco-friendly fuel that cuts CO2 emissions by one third. Oh, very interesting. Someone share this with our friends in the Middle East where they grow lots of olives. They make mucho mula. Okay, no, not seriously. All the good news in the world and nothing very interesting. Unless let me read off a few things and let's see if you guys find it interesting at all. All right, let's go. One 800-year-old Roman water pipe made from hollow tree trunks found under the streets of Belgium. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Hollow, 800 years. That's crazy because I was thinking to myself that I have some copper pipes and I don't think they've made it close to 800 years. And they're starting to rust. So the fact that they say that they found a 800-year-old Roman water pipe made out of wood, that's actually kind of very interesting. Okay, let's see what else. Dad turns private jet into an Airbnb rental, complete with original cockpit inside. Okay. The fact that okay, let me read the story again so you guys get some. Dad turns 1970s private jet into Airbnb rental, complete with original cockpit. Take a peek inside. Okay, that to me just sounds like a rich guy taking I'm assuming a junkyard jet plane and thinking to himself, hey, what's a way that I can gouge money from people? I know, I'll turn this to an Airbnb. Okay, no, no. Oh, this is kind of interesting. World World first genetic index helps Aussie farmers breed heat-tolerant cows to maintain their welfare and milk supply. Okay, this is how it starts, guys. This is how it starts. I've talked about this a gajillion times before. This is actually very interesting. Okay, let's click into this. Let me share you guys the picture so you guys know what I'm talking about. This is pretty interesting. Oops, sorry. Wrong sharing. Wrong sharing. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. This okay. World first genetic index helps Aussie farmers breed heat tolerant cows to maintain their welfare and milk supply. Okay, why I find this is interesting. Um, One of the big things around the world is they don't want American stuff because they say we should not genetically modify our stuff. Like our chickens are, like ungodly abominations to the rest of the world. They think they're too good for American chickens. Okay. Interesting though that this is not the first story I've seen so far. I think I covered one like last week when somewhere in Europe they're doing something else with genetically modified animals as well. But interesting that they're able to genetically modify their animals and nobody says anything about it. Nobody says anything. But when we do it over here in America, everyone's like, you guys, we don't want those chickens. Interesting. Heat tolerant cows. This is how down the road you start making like super cows. Super cows are coming, guys. You ever play Diablo? I believe Diablo 2, where they have the cow level and they have like the cow king, and there's like a horde of like angry little cows that are trying to take you out. This is how it starts. Heat tolerant cows. Next thing you know, these cows live longer. I'm pretty sure someone out there is thinking to themselves, one of these scientists out there thinking to themselves, hey, it'd be great if the cows live longer and they give more milk, right? And they live longer, and then one genetic mutation away from a immortal cow that just lives for like 200 years, and this cow just starts raising an army. This is how I'm telling you. This is where it starts. It starts with the little animals, and then it moves up. And I've talked about this a gajillion times as well. I'm telling you, out there in the jungles, there must be some genetically modified humans. Be- no one ever talks about this anymore because, like, they say we're not allowed to genetically modify humans, but I'm pretty sure in some dark corner in the world, they're still doing it. Um, yep, that's basically it for today. Thank you for spending your time with me. I'll be back tomorrow, see what else is going on in the world. Maybe cover some more of the Diddy case. I just feel like we're hitting to the point where it's going. It's months in, lots of stuff to cover. I just I didn't find today's testimonies very interesting at all. So I'm kind of like whatever about it. Uh, It's because we're waiting for. I guess I'm waiting to see more about the Rico stuff. Because that's the main stuff that they're trying to get him on. All this other stuff is fluff. So, all right. See you guys later.